We're back, we're live. It is the Cowboy of the Realm. It is me, PJ Campbell, and you're tuned into Caddy Bach NZ. Welcome back. It is Ladies' Night, like I said, on Facebook and Instagram. What have I been up to? Not a lot. Work. Went to the Behemoth 7th birthday / bar launch. That's on Dominion Road on Beer Mile. That was pretty mean. Picked up a couple of new brews. This is one of them. What else? Been filming content today. So up at the club, they're getting me to shoot a few videos to upload onto social media. So did that with the head pro today. I'll tease a little outtakes video in the break. So you'll get a good laugh out of that one. But other than that, just been preparing for today. And today we have Nora Baldwin. She is from Chicks Who Golf. I'll bring her in now. Nora, good evening. How are you?
Good, mate. How are you? Very well.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I've got drink in hand. Hope you do too.
Yep. Me too, yeah.
Nice. All right. Tell us about Chicks Who Golf. What is Chicks Who Golf?
Well, Chicks Who Golf is actually, once upon a time, a hobby. So I play
Just
golf.
a hobby.
It's a hobby.
So basically what this was.
It was, yeah. I'm not at all, afraid of putting my contents or my social media stuff online through my private Facebook page or Instagram and so forth.
Yeah.
And I sort of started to create an Instagram page called Chicks Who Golf. At the time, it's one chick, me, who golfs. Yeah, at the time. And I started playing golf again after not playing for 8 years because I'm a new mum. My daughter's is 13 now. Yep. And coming into a country that I don't really have, a good, strong friendship. And I always thought golf is a good way to network, make friends. And what I didn't notice is golf over here are very diverse, one tangent to another.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm at the early 40 at the time, and I'm only 44 at the moment. And a lot of the people that play golf in my golf club are 55 and below, or even older.
Yeah.
And I feel like golf is the only time that I connect with them, but after that, there isn't anything. So it's a little bit, I wanted to look for something a bit more. Creating the content on Instagram was just a hobby to basically expose myself in hope that I find another player and stuff like that. And one day my husband just said, why don't you create a company called Chicks Who Golf and see what your mission is and see what you can do with it. And I did. I took the plunge 2 years ago. And then I changed the name to Chicks Who Golf. And yeah, basically it's a hobby. Create an Instagram account. Got noticed quite a lot from other people. I think I met you through Chicks Who Golf. I went and played Howie. I saw you on Instagram, and that's how we become golfing friends or acquaintance. And people that I met through either virtually or physically on site on golf course has been extremely kind. And I think that's just a Kiwi way, which helped.
Yeah.
And I think my mission is still going because the reason why I did that is because I want to find a golf bestie, a golf best friend, a lady golf bestie that I could not find still, Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So you've started a social media account, and it was just yourself. Built it into a company to find other playing partners, as well as grow the game for women.
Yeah. So basically, if you want to, for me to extend a little bit further, how did it come about, and what was the mission of the work when it became an entity?
Yeah.
It's basically to connect people virtually, and hopefully one day, on a face value, and meet them on a golf course and find out whether there are people in the same boat with me at my
Yeah.
age group. And unfortunately, my age group, I'm at a bit of a liberty because I know this is the age where people having young children and people also heavily in their career working, paying mortgage and stuff like that. So golf is at the back burner. So and hence why my age group, there isn't many out there. And I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of the initiative out there trying to break that barrier or closing that bridge.
Yeah.
And yeah, the business is to basically not only grow the game, introduce the game, to educate beginners what's golf is all about, and to give them platform either with the clinic, workshop, anything. And that goes hands in hand with the social media because my content is not only about photos of golf that I play. I include rules,
Yeah.
jokes, all sorts of things that golf related and make it even fun and all round.
Yeah. So in terms of your strategy on how to draw these players in, how are you doing that?
We at the beginning started it as just making a meetup at a driving range,
Yep.
creating engagement by people, meet and greet. We hit few golf balls and talk about golf and ask why they haven't started, create the conversation. And then we also do a lot of, um, we create a lot of golf where I say day out to Omaha or day out to, I don't know, Takapuna or day out to all these
Yeah.
golf courses to create people to join me and yeah, expose the business that way and the entity and the mission that way.
Yeah.
And since then, it's been a couple of years. Like I said, I have a social membership that we created for the past 1 year, where beginners or golfer that come back again to the game because they were once upon a time a mother to young children, or they got a
Yeah.
little bit more money to spend, or whatever
Yeah.
the issue was, or the reason why they didn't go, to either choose 9-hole membership or 18-hole membership. That again create a platform for
Yeah.
them to start. They might not be brave enough to become a member at
Yeah.
anywhere, or maybe they don't have the money to actually throw to that membership.
Yeah. Yeah. How do
Then
you
we
convert um, um, people with that frame of mind into membership?
basically through marketing on Instagram or Facebook. So you see
Yeah.
the same post again and again every week. We targeted it that way. And they come across that and they start making inquiry. It's on our website. And then we promote it in a package to basically give them something value for money. So we say that the monthly fees include the green fees. We choose the golf course that we will take you. Obviously, we will cater it based on your handicap. We don't really want to give it to like world class
Yeah.
one for a beginner. They might not enjoy it. And we give them a welcome pack. We also give them sandwiches, drink, and snacks during each of the game. And we also use a particular app to actually schedule all the game in advance. We try to do it 2 or 3 months in advance because everybody availability is different. And we use that centralized app to actually communicate with each other and everything there. They know exactly where to be, what time they
Yeah.
need to be, what course they're going to be, and all that come to them. They just have to turn up, which make it so easy and simple for them. Because I think the problem is they don't know anyone, they don't have the time, they don't know how to do it, and we take all that hassles away. And he has been very successful. We would like to grow it even more.
Yeah. Nice. All right, moving into your coaching, right?
Yeah, which I didn't tell.
Don't worry, I'll bring it up for you. So you're a PGA coach member, not to be confused with PGA professionals. So you're a PGA coach member. How much coaching do you get through?
I graduated from the PGA Gateway program, which is
Yep.
under the NZ PGA umbrella, which has been marvelous for me because the credential has given me some more exposure to that side of the business, and also at the same time confident for me to deliver my service. Although I can talk, live, breathe, sleep, golf, but with that, it gives me a bit more boost.
Yeah.
I did a lot of the coaching, piggybacking with Gulf Harbour, Jenna Gainford previously.
Yep.
We did a lot of workshop. We take about 8 to 12 ladies. We did it like a day out. They turn up, we welcome them. We do various areas of short game and golf swing. And then we have something to drink with champagne and high tea afterwards, and have a bit of a Q&A afterwards, socialize.
Yep.
Because I think the way ladies look at it, if they're going to turn out at the golf course, and it's not a chore, we like to make it a little bit more interesting for them. Like a day out, bring mates with you and stuff like that. And I think that's how we draw them.
Make a day of it, basically, right?
Exactly. Make it a little bit more like a treat, like a day out. So apart from the workshop, I don't really have much one-on-one, although I just started recently. But most of it is through She Love Golf. We did a couple of event beginner introductory program before COVID. And we also play at the 9-hole Orchard Winery for beginners, and we had so much fun. And in between hole, I come to each of the hole, and I sometimes do a bit of a putting competition while we were there, and sometimes we do longest drive just on the spot. And I think I'm pretty good with warming them up and making them having fun and enjoy. I think it's just part of my nature, which help. But we do a few of that. I would like to push those initiatives a little bit more, because obviously with the Gateway program that I've qualified, it's for explorer and beginner.
Yeah.
And I wish to work more with the golf courses that looking for somebody that grow the beginners level to basically have me as part of their contractors or part of their program. I would love to do more of that.
Nice. And where, if anyone is interested, where can people find you for coaching?
Oh, it's all on my website, which is at www.chickswhogolf.co.nz. We're also available on our Instagram page and also on our Facebook page. But yeah, I can happily get anyone's queries or whatever from there. We also have an email at hello@chickswhogolf.co.nz.
Nice. We've got a Facebook question here for you, Nora. It's from Peter. New Zealand golf is focused on growing the game, especially in ladies golf. Do they tie in with your Chicks Who Golf network, or are they quite happy running She Loves Golf?
Like I said, I did reach out to New Zealand Golf after the graduation of the Gateway coaching, which gave me a little bit more platform to branch myself with them. And they're pretty happy to use She Love Golf program under me running it through Chicks Who Golf. Instead of having the pro to do it at their golf course, I use my entity with the branding of She Love Golf, either play 6 holes or play or beginners introductory program, or play at winery 9-hole par 3 or whatever. And very, very happy to collaborate with me, which is great, because that's exactly the sort of collaboration that I want to. I would love to grow that program alongside with my entity even more at elsewhere. So yeah, I hope that answered the question.
Nice. We've also got another one here from Dan Crook. You must have posted up about something. How is your app idea coming along?
Oh,
is this your playing partners finding a playing partner?
If that's the one, I actually, for anybody that don't know me, I'm actually originally born in Malaysia, and I'm born and bred in KL, Kuala Lumpur, but my husband is Pommy, and I live in England before I came here, but I won't bore you with the details. I also live in 6 other countries before that. And the guy in Malaysia have created this app called Dimples, and he's looking for a brand ambassador to grow it in New Zealand. So he asked for me because we Malaysian, we know each other.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not really sure how we're going to do that, but I'm keen to do it. But I think if I can give a little bit of an insight about this app, in Malaysia, the golf don't have .golf tea time booking. So that's the reason why that app is working very well, because people are looking for players, they don't know each other, and we have a lot of expats in Malaysia, people from England, Europe, and all that stuff. And they all golf, but they don't know the local very well.
Yeah.
The language is not the barrier, but there's no network. So that app is really good. I really, really want to launch it here. And if anybody would like to talk to me about that, or any golf courses that would like to talk to me about that, or even New Zealand Golf, that we can tie the tee booking app with that app, which can work, I'm very happy to start that conversation.
No, nice. I think that's a great idea. Let's.
Sorry, if I can just touch a little bit more on that. I find so many people put posts everywhere else on Facebook or whatever. Anybody want to play here? Anybody want to play there? Multiple posts. If we can use that one app, it's there. Everybody there. They can create their game and everything. We all can start playing golf and spend time typing posts. So that's what it's all about. Yeah.
But that means less time on Facebook, and we can't be having that.
Oh, come on, mate. Golf is important.
All right, I've done this a little backwards. But what is your golfing history? You said you've lived in multiple countries. Have you played golf in all of those countries, or were you a late bloomer to the game? Let us know.
I don't know whether late bloomer is the right term, but I did start golf at 25. My husband played for junior in West Sussex and could have been a pro, but he decided to go to Africa for his first trainee job as a quantity surveyor in Malawi. And I met him when we were in Hong Kong. When we came back to England to settle back in 2002, he played golf all the time. And I was like a golf widow. I don't know golf. I don't know anyone. And I'm like, I've had enough of this. And I don't have any child at the time. We haven't got any children at the time. No dog. Anyway, so I went to the golf course. I said, what's this golf about? And then I went to have a look at the pro shop and everything. And the dude at the counter is really good looking. And I said, oh, he's good looking. So
I'm sure that was the reason.
I said, my husband
that's the reason your husband was going to the golf course. Yeah.
And he said that if you want, let's have a lesson. And I was 25 at the time. I have a lesson with him, and he said, wow, you're very natural. Very natural. You'll be a good golfer. So Vincent, he invests some golf club, blah, blah, blah. To cut the story short, I play only 3 years from 45 handicap to 12. So that's really good.
Yeah.
And it pissed everyone off in his group, which is all male. But anyway, we went to all sorts of places, you name it. We went to St. Andrew, we went to Ireland, we went to Portugal, we went to everywhere in Europe. We even have a house in Spain. We play golf in Spain, we play everywhere. And this is before children. And but 13 years ago, I've fallen pregnant and we decided to come to New Zealand after living in various places. Yep. And I have to stop the golf for 8 years. I did join Peninsula though before they become Wanui.
Yep.
And it's a bit too much for me because my daughter was only 1 year old. It's very difficult with calling children sick and everything. It's really hard to juggle it. So I decided, no, I'm not ready yet. And 8 years ago, I started again. I joined Gulf Harbour for 2 years and then Wanui 3 years, and now I'm back to Gulf Harbour now. And the golf bug never go away. And I am an extreme obsessed person when it comes to something that I like. So golf, I used to have a date night with my husband at the driving range in England every Wednesday. And then after that, we hit 100 balls together. And then after that, we have something to eat. And that's our date night. And I think that's the reason why I'm a good golfer, because I'm so focused and dedicated and I put practice in and everything. So I think golf is always in me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the history. That's how I started. Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to ask this question to our next guest later on, but as a female in the game, were there any difficulties that you faced either playing, learning, or just being around the game?
Difficulties. I find it difficult to find people around my age. So that's for sure. I mentioned it from the beginning. I don't like the politics in golf. And I have to say, not just in New Zealand, I had it in England too. I'm sick of all this. I just want to play golf. And I'm one of those people. I still find that there are still ladies that just want to bash around, and I'm quite competitive and really difficult to find ladies that really want to focus. I'm not extremely competitive. I mean, I have bad days. I mean, I curse and everything. You know, I've got foul mouth, I tell you. So excuse anyone that playing with me at Clark's Beach. But yeah, I just like to play with similar like-minded people. So when I play golf recently with Phyllis, Emma, and Jenna, I am in my element. I'm telling you, I might be the only like amateur, like 15 handicap.
Yeah,
I don't care. But man, I was like, I need to par this because I know they're gonna par it, and I was having like 7 par with the first front 9. I was like, sweet. So that's
the one.
That's the one, and I think it's probably just based on my personal experience. And it's hard when you enter a golf club that already established for so long. First, I'm an immigrant. Second, I'm fairly new coming in, and they already been there for donkeys, you know.
Yeah.
And hard to break that quickly. There are clubs that are very welcoming. Don't get me wrong, and it's happened everywhere, not just in here. But yeah, I do find that I'm a bit difficult to suss, and I think this is the reason why it's motivated me to start this entity. I can't find them on the golf course. I find it elsewhere, don't I? You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. All right. If there was anything that you could change about either about the game or how golf clubs are run, what would it be?
Golf club needs to think as a business entity, full stop. And that doesn't need to be expand anymore. People that understand how to run a business has to treat golf as a business. And another one, long-term plan. Look at everything long-term. It's not about short-term. It might hit some people's nerve with those things, but
So you're talking about incorporated companies having boards that have either annual or biannual rollovers of people coming through, so you get a different kind of different run club basically every two years. Is that what you're saying? So you're wanting consistency over that one business.
I tell you the example that worked, and this is the one in England I'm picking up. I used to be a member at a golf club where Michael Campbell used to be a member, and he wins the US Open. He wins the major, and he's so lovely. He married to one of the English lass in Brighton, and I was a member there. And that golf club is so successful. It used to hold European tour. It's got the practice facility, 3-hole, par 3, par 4, par 5 for people to keep playing again and again as a practice. And it got the East Coast and West Coast. So basically 18 holes and the other 18 holes. Amazing. But they don't have board. They have general manager that get paid salary. And they've all been held accountable from the FMB, everything, and top class. You turn up, mate. They pick up your golf club. They pick up your shoe. They clean it. And they put it on the first tee for you. And that is one service. We pay a lot of money for it, but we see the values of that. And we don't mind paying a little bit more. And now I know that's a bit extreme, and maybe New Zealand could not do it that way. But what I'm trying to say is, if you have service like that, if you treat it like a business, if client is important, you'll go far.
Nice. What have you got planned for the rest of the year? We're coming up to the end of our our little segment here. What have you got planned? What are you doing? Are you doing a Christmas round at the end of the year? What's in the works? What's in the works for Chicks Who Golf?
Well, that Christmas definitely something that I want to carry on annually. We've done it for 2 years now, and I was growing. I'm hoping to get some of the people from the Clark's Beach to come and join us on the day, as we grow the network together collaboratively. I'm actually doing a lot of the small, medium enterprise ladies workshop. I'm having one in a couple of weeks at Gulf Harbour. Small IT company. A bunch of ladies wanted to start to play golf, but they're very green. They've never touched golf before. So I'm trying to roll a few of that to grow. And from there, when they started, the workshop, they can take a lesson and then can take them to play golf and so forth. And also, I would like to play, personally, I would like to play different golf courses myself, like Wairaki. I never played Wairaki before. And I would
What do you mean you've never played Wairaki before?
I never. Last year when I went...
you played Kinloch. Why didn't you just do both?
No, you know why? Kinloch hold the wet weather that day, but Wairaki suffer. So they said, no, you can't go out. So I only managed to play Kinloch. So we did plan there.
Wow, if the weather's that bad that they can't let you out at Wairaki, then
honestly, they
Kinloch must have been extra hard.
Kinloch let me have the cart. I think my husband didn't want to walk that day or something. He said, I'm on holiday, I don't want to walk. And Wairaki said, mate, we can't take you on a buggy, this is too wet. I think they got 30 millimeters that day.
This must have been a couple of years ago.
Yes, a couple of years ago. Yeah, a couple of years ago. But I want to try Cape Kidnapper. I played Curry Cliff. And although I keep saying this, I still want to play Taraiti, but I just can't justify the price, eh? Anyway, one day. But yeah, we're still cracking along. I'm still trying to grow the business, still trying to grow the social membership. Like I said, it's a slow thing. It's a long term. It's not about how you get there. It's not how quick you get there. It's a journey. And I'm pretty happy where I am. I got lots of supports from my network and people like you. People like you, definitely.
No, nice. Just quickly, what's your next event? What did you just say in a couple of weeks?
I've got a workshop, but it's already prepaid, and it's a private workshop in Gulf Harbour. A small medium company have about 8 ladies coming on board to learn golf. We would like to try to roll out that sort of event more and reaching out to small businesses if they want to bring some of the ladies together. I'm actually trying to target teachers and we've got lots of ladies teachers and everything, and I'll see whether we can grow the game that way.
Nice. Awesome, Nora. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much. Before you go, I want you to plug your website again. What's your website?
It's chickswhogolf.co.nz.
Yep, and that is her Instagram handle in the right-hand corner there at chicks.who.golf.
Yes, thank you, mate.
All right. We'll catch up soon, Nora. Thanks for joining me on Caddy Bach today, and we'll talk very soon.
No worries. It's a pleasure. All
right. Thanks very much. All right.
Thank you.
That was Nora Baldwin, guys. We're just going to take a quick break. Yes, this is something new. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to play you a little snippet of what went down today as well. So check back in a second.
Thank you all for watching.
If you're interested in looking at
yes, not just me, yeah, buddy. It's different, on this side.
Don't worry, I know. I've got one tonight, buddy. Chips.
Yeah. Lovely. It's not that sort of video.
That's it.
The dude's got 3 words to remember. 3 words, Dan. 3 fucking words. That was pretty good though. Maybe that's enough. Sweet.
Yeah.
Don't forget to drop us a like and we'll catch you on the next one.
No, but we're going to do that again.
Yeah.
Anytime now, Daniel.
And thank you all for watching.
No, thank you. Actually. All right, we're back with Emma Fairnie. There we go. Hey, Emma, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Thanks for joining me tonight. Tell us about your story. You don't sound like you're from around here. Let's just say that.
No, this accent isn't going to shift anytime soon. I've been here for almost 6 years now, and everyone's still kind of.
It's a northern accent. It's not our north though, is it?
No, not quite. So, from Scotland originally, grew up in the Scottish borders, and then sort of lived and worked around Edinburgh. Basically from the age of about 14, I went to a boarding school on a golf scholarship. So went there, and it was an international school, so I had to sort the accent out pretty quick. So now everyone I'm like Canadian or something. Role. So yeah, I went there when I was like 14, and then spent the rest of my golfing career up around Edinburgh and East Lothian. So really sort of special golfing country, but it's the best golf courses in the world, but unfortunately it's very cold and dark in the winter. So as I sort of started playing more and I went and did my PGA stuff, I kind of was coaching a lot, but it was 6 months of the year, and then the rest of the year it was just too dark and too cold to do anything. So I ended up moving across this direction.
Nice. How do you practice? Play and practice half of the year. Or are they that prepared that they set up either indoor with heaters, or do you practice in puffer jackets?
You practice in puffer jackets. I'm not even kidding. Like one round of golf I played, it was like north of Scotland. We're playing university championships or something, and it was like -5 wind chill, and they were like, "Well, it's not raining, it's not snowing or anything, so you got to play." So we're all out there, and I must have like 5 base layers on it. I just cannot move, can't feel my fingers. But you're pretty prepared for it. You kind of all the waterproofs, and you've got mitts, and you've got hand warmers and buffs, and you kind of got like a balaclava on, just covering every part of your body that you can to try and keep warm. But it's pretty tough. It's not that enjoyable in the winter. You try and go abroad.
Yeah. I'm going to say right now, I can speak for myself in saying I couldn't play like that.
No,
I grew up in the UK. Not a lot of people know this, but I grew up in the UK, and I can handle the cold, but I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, when you have and it's snowing, it's pretty terrible. But if you're playing lots, you can suck it up, and you try and make your practice sessions as condensed as possible, so that you're not out there for too long. But yeah, I mean, you do what you got to do. But even in July in Scotland, it can be pretty wet and cold. So yeah, you just got to prepare yourself for it.
Nice. So you've been here a while. You were qualified in the UK. Are there any differences between what pros over here had to go through and what you had to go through to become a PGA pro?
Yeah, I mean, the major difference is size more than anything. So the number of people that are qualifying in the UK is massive. When I did my qualification, there were 400 of us in the whole of the UK in my year group.
Geez.
I think in Scotland there were probably 70 or 80, something like that. So yeah, the size of our groups is quite different, and we do a lot of distance learning, which is quite similar to what the guys are doing now through portals and that kind of stuff. We did a lot of practical stuff, but again, it's probably because we were able to, so it was all regional. So Scotland was a region, and then you had like the north of England, and you had different regions, so that anyone could go and do their exams and stuff within their region, which makes things a little bit easier. But in terms of you're actually studying, there's a lot of the same stuff. It's always changing. You know, golf coaching, it's not like here's one way to swing a golf club. With new technology and stuff has just made such a huge difference. So I'm sure if I went back and looked at some of the stuff the guys are doing now, I might go, oh, we didn't do that. You know, it was a different way of thinking. We were very much like video analysis and that kind of stuff, whereas now I'm sure there's a lot of trackman data and that kind of stuff. But quite old, although I look quite young. I mean, I call it like I was doing my traineeship like 10 years ago, so more than that. So.
Yeah, because one thing I noticed, just I'm a fan of YouTube. I watch a lot of the coaches over in the UK, and they talked about doing their PGA traineeship or whatever it's called over there through university.
Yeah, they do it through the University of Birmingham. So it's actually like another university degree. I actually have another university degree, so I decided to do it twice. Fun. You know, but yeah, it is sort of like a full university qualification, which is good in the sense that it kind of opens you up if you want to go on to further learning, if you decide not to stay in golf. So I think that's really good. It also means that it's very like in terms of how they mark papers and stuff, it's really structured, which is good. I don't really know how they do it across here, but we found that you're always getting the same feedback. You know, it's always the same sort of structure that you get in terms of what they say to you, which is a good thing. Yeah. Makes it a bit easier to know what direction you're going with all your work. So yeah, it was fun though. It was hard work. Like it's a real tough slog for 3 years. And I know that the guys and girls that I know across here that do it, that's really hard. You're doing a full-time job, then you're doing a qualification on top of that. You're expected to play golf. And it's really hard to keep that up, but it's worth it at the end of it for that. Like I say, a piece of paper, but you know, to be able to go, like for me around the world, I've moved around the world because I had a qualification that allowed me to do that. And that's pretty cool to be able to do that. Yeah.
No, awesome. And just to reignite the fire, is it easier here or over there?
I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that. Well, I don't know because I've never done the qualification. I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be to that. I think there are some things that are possibly easier, but then like I know the playing standards have been quite different across here, and I think that has been quite tough. And it's recently changed as well, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. And I think the New Zealand PGA are doing a good job of trying to find the right balance with that. But ultimately, you're always going to be changing qualifications, and like there's going to be things that work really well, and then there's going to be things that maybe don't work so good, and you've got to change that. I think all they can do is stay ahead of the trend and keep trying to make it a better program. That's what everyone's trying to do. You know, we're all trying to be better. So yeah, I think from what I've seen, they're moving in the right direction with everything.
No, nice. I asked this to my previous guest, Nora. Coming up as a junior through the in the game, going through your traineeship to become a PGA pro, were there any challenges that you faced as a female doing all of this?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got a handful of stories that, you know, we can throw out there, but I think like a junior, it was, I was really lucky in that the club that I initially started at, there was an older lady who wanted to get more girls into golf. And that was really how I started playing. She said, like, come along to a class. And there were, I think, about 12 of us, all girls, doing her golf classes. And I don't think many people would get that experience where their first opportunity to play is actually with other females. Yep. Often it's been tucked into a junior class, and usually it's like one girl and 10 guys, and that's fairly typical. As we go through golf, I found that I'm pretty much one of 100 out there, you know. So when I was that age, I was really lucky. As I got older, there's definitely there are some battles that you go through as a female, but also as a junior. You hear stories about kids that are really good at golf and they want to play with the adults and stuff, but then people kind of fight back. And I think that's just to maybe feel a little bit threatened as well by young juniors who are good. But then it's something that's getting better and better. I think more and more people are sort of accepting and trying to help juniors to play more, which is good. As a young pro, I mean, I have so many stories about this.
Give us one. Go on, give us one.
Even the first one that I had, this was me doing my playing ability test. So in Scotland, you have to do a playing test before you can go through to the next stage. Yeah. So before you can even apply to do your pro apprenticeship. So it's like you've got to, it's not that hard. Like you've got to do 2 rounds in like 10 over or something, let's say. Can't even remember now, it was that long ago. But I've turned up on the morning of it and I've gone to the desk to sign myself in. And the guy who's behind the desk just goes, "Oh, and who are you caddying for today?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing." So luckily I went out and I think I shot the lowest round that morning and I was the only girl there. So I was like, I went back in and kind of just smiled at him, handed my court over and walked away. So that was flying. And it took the pressure off in the afternoon. I knew I didn't have to do too much, but like even the club that I worked at in Scotland was quite a traditional golf club. And at the start, when I was working there, I would get the odd comment that I really just had to take on the chin because it was just so old school. But it's amazing how over time, once people like realize that you're qualified and you're quite good at what you do, that their mindset changes a little bit towards that. So I think all you can do is be as professional as you can be and show people that, you know, you deserve their respect as well. And that's what happens. But you're always going to get a little bit of casual sexism here and there.
Yeah, it's always going to be there, but but it's, I think it's up to all of us to help move that along quickly as possible. All right, cool. My next question is, why a small country in the Pacific?
Yeah, it's a good question. Honestly, when I get asked that, it was just kind of lucky that I ended up here. I've got family across this side of the world. So my sister's in Melbourne. She's been across there for like 14 years now. Brother lives in Auckland. Yeah, great city. It's so good. Yeah. Sport, if you like sport, it's just the best place in the world, and food and just everything. Really cool.
I just like hipster lifestyle.
Yeah, there's better that.
Not a hipster, by the way. Not a hipster, guys. Not a hipster. I just like the lifestyle, the coffee, the food, all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a Kiwi, so
yeah.
But my brother's in Auckland. So yeah, he kind of said to me, like, he was like, "Well, where are you going to go?" I kind of got to the end of my traineeship, and I was looking at the States at the time. In hindsight, very glad I didn't end up there. That would have been awful. Yeah. So I ended up, he sort of said, "Do you want to, like, would you look at New Zealand?" I was looking at Australia already. And he bumped into Craig Dixon, who was my previous job from Institute of Golf. And he basically said, "Well, get your sister to send her CV over and we'll have a chat." And Craig and I got chatting. And a couple of months later, I was across here working away, and it rained for the first 3 months. And I thought I might have made a mistake. and then I love the country. So I decided that I'd stay. Like, I kind of had made that decision pretty early on. But for me, the lifestyle is just epic across here. I love being outdoors. Anyone that knows me will know that I spend half my time in the water, out hiking, up a mountain. Like, I'll be anywhere outside if I can. So Scotland was like, I didn't realize how hard I find the winters across here until I got here. And it was like that I realized that, you know, you could be outdoors most of the year if you're in the right place. So I just totally. Yeah.
No, awesome. All right, moving back into the game. What do you think golf courses can do to grow the women's game, part of the game? Or I was listening to Nora earlier on, and I think she touched on something that's quite important. That's politics in golf clubs. Yeah. You know, politics can be tough at times, and finding ways to make everyone work together and towards the same goals is really very important.
it's all very well having, times when it's for certain groups, be that male or female, but I think everyone needs to work together and to provide opportunities for females to play more, and actually just for new golfers in general. New golfer is hard. Like you go on the golf course when you're a new golfer and you get chased by people who have been golfing forever, and I think people forget how hard it is to learn to play golf. So things like providing playing opportunities. So maybe that's casual competitions, not 18 holes. I mean, that's too much at the start. Maybe starting with 6 or 9 holes or whatever it is. Having really good coaching staff, I think, is really important because they provide so much to a club. So your PGA professional can provide so much to a golf club if you get the right people.
Well, yeah, they are the one, right? They are the one. Unless you've got multiple, some clubs have the luxury of having multiple pros on site, but I think most clubs in NZ either don't have one, or they have a roving pro, or there's only one pro on site.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think there's so much value in having someone who's one or multiple people who are good with people. You're creating those relationships, and golf is a type of sport you can play for multiple years, 30, 40 if you go to some of the old boys, and those relationships are just so important, to keep people within a club. So I think that's massive. But the social opportunities are huge as well. So I think those, if you've got a kind of, I say young staff, but people who are willing to bring more people into the club and to provide different opportunities and not just do things the way they've always been done. You've always got to be looking at the square, right? So it's not gonna happen if we just keep doing what we've always done. So it's like, okay, I'll throw a coaching clinic. That's cool, and that's still got its place. But we do something that is going to entice someone who wouldn't necessarily be a golfer otherwise. And that's kind of the direction we started to take things, is to try and look at it. I say holistically, it sounds a bit like kind of mumbo jumbo, but taking some other parts of golf that are actually really important, and social side of it. And for me, fitness is a massive side of it. So I try and pull that in as much as I can. And I hope that people can see the value in that as well.
Yeah. All right. This will kind of go into the next question as well, about growing the game. Your thoughts on women playing in combined club tournaments? So club champs, weekly haggles, all in one division.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts there? Do you think it works?
This is a tough one because there's a lot of questions surrounding it. So I think to an extent it can work really, really well. So for example, haggles is a good one where you maybe have separate divisions, but they all play together. I think that should be something that's happening anyway. You get the sort of, this tee time is for the ladies and this tee time is for the men, and you can only play in a haggle if you're playing in those block tee times. I would like to see that change a little bit, so that someone who has a job that maybe works on a day where they can't make it to those specific times could go and join in. I think that would open up the opportunities for more players to play at a competitive level, but at their competitive level. So they're still playing within divisions, but they can play with their husband or their wife or whatever, or their friend, their uncle or whatever. They can go out and do it, and they feel like they're in a safe place as well. When it comes to the bigger events like your championships and stuff, I think that's when you start to get the questions about tee blocks and that kind of thing. And I know we've been having massive discussions. We've got a group of girls that get together sort of once every couple of months, and we've been talking about female professional events. Has been a big topic of discussion for the same reason. So we're sort of talking about, should female events be mixed with the male pro events, and how do we deal with that? It's always been that you get a 10% difference in tee distance, which is most of the time it's okay. Most of the time, some courses it gets pretty tough. But then should we have more playing opportunities for just females as well? So leading back into what you've said, I think you're always going to have little questions about whether it should be mixed or not. But what I'd say is, I think you would have, if you had divisions and it was handicap divisions, and it didn't matter if you're male or female, but you play within your handicap division and you've got the right tee blocks to allow for that, then it should work. It should be a lot of fun. And it's different, and it's not just going out with the same people that you always go out with. So I think it's something we should be heading towards, we've got the new handicap system kicking in now. That should almost level the playing field if we do it right.
Totally. Yeah. I think once everyone gets their heads around this new world handicap system, it will become a lot easier. But at the moment, it is causing me quite a bit of a headache with all the questions that I just can't answer.
There's a
because
bit of courses too, like some handicap like drop dramatically because the course ratings, and a lot of people are getting a fright when they go out and do that. So
yeah, when they print their scorecards and they're like, this is wrong. I'm like, no, it's not. That's your course handicap today, buddy. Like, no, it's not. It's like, I'm sorry, but it is. That's what you have to play off. And then they walk out grumpy, and then they come back grumpy and then take it out on me. Love it. Love it. All right. Okay. You talked about golf fitness. So you do golf fitness.
Yeah. So,
tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my background is, so I've always been into sports, and that's kind of where I came from. Even like, although golf was my main sport since I was about 14, I've always played everything, and I've always been super into. I'm a bit competitive, so I'll give anything a go. Big brother, big sister, I like to win. So yeah, no, I was at uni and I did applied sports science and kind of majored in like biomechanics and sports medicine. So that was really cool. I absolutely loved that, and it was very all round. It wasn't just golf, although a lot of it I pulled back to golf. And then went and coached. Again, have always been pretty active. Love doing like adventure races and that kind of stuff. And then when I moved across here, I actually started doing CrossFit when I moved across here, more as a way of meeting people, social, just it's all group classes and that kind of stuff. I know saying CrossFit's a bit taboo at the moment with everything that's going on with it.
But he's gone now, right? He's gone.
Yeah. I mean, that idea of like functional fitness and being able to like apply that to the way you move really it totally interests me. And as far as like golf goes, that was something that I found really helpful when I was actually coaching as well. So I went and last year when I sort of decided to move out of the city and to set up on my own, decided to do my CrossFit level 1 as well, which is just your basic sort of qualification. But basically spent last year coaching CrossFit and coaching golf. And then when I came out of that, like there was really early mornings. I was having to get up at like 4:30 to go and coach CrossFit. And I was like, no, this is too early. And then you're coaching all day as well. I was like, no, that's not going to work. But the massive benefit from it was I got really good at coaching big classes. I mean, I would have 20, 30 people in a class, all throwing some tin around. And yeah, just got pretty good at being able to manage that. But there was a huge element of sort of mobility and strengthening. And I decided that I wanted to start to go down that route a little bit. And mobility is the thing that I think is most accessible to most golfers. So I've started to sort of move that direction, and I'll be running some classes and things over the winter, just trialing, testing the waters, seeing if it's something that people are interested in. And even I started up a YouTube channel over lockdown. Not something I really saw myself doing, but it's actually been kind of fun. And like watching
same.
So funny. Like I have so many videos where I'm like, I just can't talk. Like I've lost my can't talk. But yeah, that's been really fun, and it's been a cool way to sort of test the waters and see who is interested in that stuff. And I've had like people particularly from Omaha, that's where I'm based most of the time. But people will come up and they're like, oh, I had a go of like your stretch yesterday, and like, when are you going to do some more of that? So yeah, it's something that I think will be a really fun, different sort of side to my golf coaching. And like you can do it like a fun social class, bring a yoga mat, do some stretches, have a coffee. I mean, to me, that's heaven. That's the way to spend a Sunday morning. And if I get to like coach that, it's all good. I'm happy to do it. Yeah.
And where would you do this? Up at Omaha?
Yeah. So Omaha is the clubhouse is actually a community center. So we can use that for anything. Basically, there's loads of space. In the summer, we've got lots of grass outside, so I'll be able to do it in summer if it takes off. So yeah, I'll just kind of crush it out, see what happens, and just start building on that as a part of my business as well. Like I say, it's something I'm really passionate about. I really love fitness and sports, and I want to make golf more accessible to younger people as well. So I think that's one way of doing it.
That's awesome. And people can find that information on your Instagram.
Yes, I've got Instagram, Emma Fairnie Golf and Fitness. I've also got YouTube channel of the same name, Facebook page, same name. So you can find me anywhere you want it. I think I have a Twitter, but I'm not sure I've used that for a while. I think that one might be good, but you can get in touch.
Just for reference, her Instagram tag is up in that top right hand corner. Do you have a website at all, Emma?
I do. It's www.emmafairniegolf.com.
Sweet as. All right. Now I've had a viewer question come in, and I've prepared you for this one because it is a little bit out there. But what is your stance on how golf looks on social media? And that person is referring to Paige Spiranak, Tisha Orlin, and Blair O'Neill. That person is coming from the point of view of sex sells. What's your view on how they're doing golf on Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, this is a sticky question, whether you want it to be or not. It's a tough one because there's a side of me that says anything that brings in publicity to golf is good.
Yeah.
And I do think that. I think, for all that we maybe look at it slightly differently, I think those girls are giving golf an image that maybe needed to be freshened up a bit as well.
Well, because it kind of crossed over into the tour, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because, they're in terms of, I think the LPGA questioned some apparel of some players a couple of years back, so that got pulled back. So it definitely crossed over, but it's more on social media, and this person's a father of a daughter, so I think
I mean, anyone that's probably seen my social media stuff will notice that I keep it pretty clean. I certainly try to anyway. So I think the big thing is those girls they're trying to do I don't know, they're out there and they're creating a buzz around golf. And if you think back to a Tiger Woods, circa 1998 sort of thing, he was creating a buzz because he was this new style of golfer. And I think those girls are providing something new and exciting to golf. If I had a daughter, I wouldn't want my daughter doing that on social media. But also, just because I don't want to do it doesn't mean it's not okay. And sex does sell, and sponsors want pretty girls to sell their stuff.
If it didn't, huge companies wouldn't be doing it.
So I do think there's a place for it, but I hope that there's enough females out there that also don't feel that they have to do that to be able to be successful. And I guess that from my point of view, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show my sort of strengths and publicize that in a way that I feel is appropriate. I work with so many kids. I wouldn't want them searching me and finding something that is up there. So that's my standpoint. I don't think there's a right and a wrong to it. I think there's a time and a place for all of those Instagram accounts. But I just really hope that there's enough girls out there, that are really strong and feel like they can do what they want to do without necessarily going down that route if they're not comfortable with it. If you're comfortable with it, go for gold. That's totally fine. But that's probably my standpoint on it, is do what's right for you. And hopefully, look, I'm not going to have 10 million followers on Instagram because I didn't get my titties out. But hopefully I'll have lots of legit followers that want to know about the stuff that I'm doing. And that
actually interested in what you're doing, what you're talking about, what you're preaching, basically, right?
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully that answers it without getting too political. That's
well, that's just how the world is at the moment, though, right?
Yeah, especially when people are in their homes and they're not able to go out and do other things. So sometimes that changes how people are utilizing things like social media. I chose to start up my YouTube channel and I set up my website in that time. But other people will do it differently. And like I say, that's each to their own. Do what's right for you, and you know, just be true to yourself in terms of what you want to represent.
Nice. Our half an hour has flown by. What have you got coming up on the horizon?
Yeah. So winter is coming, so it's all about trying to figure out how to see through potentially some bad weather. But next weekend I've got a She Loves Golf event. So we're trying to. It was meant to be at the start of lockdown, but we had to postpone that just with the way things went. So we've got an event coming up at Omaha. It's actually this weekend, Sunday the 21st, 2 p.m. All lady golfers. Sorry, boys, this one's not for you, but all lady golfers welcome. It's really a fun social event. We do a 6-hole team event, and then we go in, we have some wines, have some food, and just let everyone socialize and get to know each other. But I'm
sure the boys would have been keen on it, though.
I'm sure a few of them would be. Hey, we're always helpers. But yeah, so I'm just going to build on all of that stuff. And like I say, through winter, I'll be kind of pushing into the fitness stuff a bit more, while the winter months sort of dictate that a little bit. But Golf HQ, the guys that I work for, we've now sort of picked up a few different facilities. So we got a driving range this year, which is great. So it means that
where's that?
That's in Warkworth, the range in Warkworth. So
is that the shooting and the driving range? That one?
Yeah. So those guys, they are members at Omaha. But basically, they set it up about 15 years ago. It's got shooting and mini golf, and it's got driving range and bat and nets. They're a really sporty family, super lovely, and they want to offer golf lessons, although it's not necessarily going to be where the golfers go all the time to play or to practice, I should say. They wanted to be able to offer something, so they sort of approached us at the start of this year. And said, would you be interested? And for us, that's just an amazing thing to have, because, you know, although it's New Zealand and the weather's better than Scotland, we still get some winter weather. It's really an option for people that want to keep playing through the winter. We've got options, and that's just awesome for us. So junior golf, we can keep it going. School golf, we've just picked up a couple of schools, so we're going to be doing lots of that. And my main goal for the next year is actually just to start getting those clubs working a bit more closely together, and again providing opportunities, particularly from my point of view, the junior and female golf. I'll be pushing along that line, but any time that I get the chance to kind of help new golfers get into the game, or to help anyone improve and enjoy it more, then the more opportunities we have for people, the better. So it's going to be a fun. Like, I'm only my second year of operation, so I'm still figuring things out, but always got new sort of little challenges I like to set myself, and I'm pretty staunch. I like to set myself a goal and then keep on going until I get there. So I'm looking forward to another year of building the business and working together with Golf HQ and the golf clubs that we're with. I mean, we're really lucky to have access to the places that we do have access to.
Awesome. I like that you got a couple of schools on board. I'd love to work with a couple of schools. So now we should definitely either catch up or have a chat later on down the line. So yeah. But if you don't have anything else to plug, I will end it there. You don't have anything else to plug?
I think we've got everything at the moment. Just go and give me a follow and watch some of my YouTube videos. You'll see me being a bit special as well, not being able to get words out on camera, but go and have a look at what I'm doing and let me know what you guys would like to see.
I've just missed the question here. Do you have a gem of a course, favorite gem of a course? Callum Cameron.
Good question. So across here,
one here and one back home. There you go.
Yeah, okay. So across there, actually, I'll be honest with you, one of my favorites, particularly in the summer, is Howick. Like in the springtime, I just think that's such a beautiful little golf course. I took my parents there when they were last across, and we played on just this like clearest day ever. And it's like you're just situated.
It wasn't blowing its ass off.
It was awesome. And I think it's such a beautiful setting there. It's just lovely on a nice day. I know it gets pretty exposed otherwise. Been lucky enough to work out at Helensville a little bit. they picked up a new, well, not a new greenkeeper, but they one of their apprentices came back again last year, and he's just done such an epic job of the golf course that I've been pretty impressed with how well it plays. And it's also a nice little course for sort of newer golfers. It's not too scary. And obviously Omaha, because I have to say that, right? But it's beautiful. It's a lot of fun to play. You know what I like about Omaha is you can't, well, for me, I can't hit driver everywhere. I've really got to think about what I'm doing off the tee. So it's a really different golf course for that. I know some guys would just blast driver everywhere. I'm not straight enough with driver to do that. So I have to think my way around a little bit, which is fun. In Scotland, oh my God, Scotland, I could take you on a tour. There's...
And I said one.
Yeah, many good ones. Port of Glasgow, which is like on the way up sort of north on the east coast, is it's basically in the mountains. Yeah, so it's like
so
on the
north of like Inverness or south?
South of Inverness, sort of just south of Aberdeen. I think it's just south of Aberdeen. It is awesome. It's like this tiny little golf course in the mountains. It's so spectacular, and it's quite elevated, so you get some really cool tee shots and stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's a really fun course to play. It's really cool.
Cool. What a cool way to end our little chat there. Thank you, Emma, for joining me tonight, along with Nora Baldwin from Chicks Who Golf. Like I said, let's either talk or catch up very soon. I haven't actually been out to Omaha, so this would be a good excuse.
Definitely.
Yeah. Me and the head pro from Howick should come out one day. Definitely.
Come on up.
Nah, nice, awesome. Thank you for joining me, and we'll catch you another time.
Thanks, PJ.
All right. See you, Emma. All right. That's us. That was ladies' night. If you have any questions for the ladies, you can. Here, I'll bring up. There is Nora, Chicks Who Golf. If you're wanting to get into the game, if you're shy and you just want to play with other people your level, hit her up. There, Chicks Who Golf, Instagram. If you're further along down the line and you want a bit of fitness and you live in the Omaha area, there you go, Emma Fairnie Golf and Fitness. That is me. I've got a couple of things to say, though. We have the Clark's Beach Kiwi Golf Club and Caddy Bach event on Saturday the 20th, so this coming Saturday. And just got to plug a few of the sponsors. Andrew Sutherland from Tattoo Golf New Zealand, Golf Hound NZ, Boneface Breweries in Lower Hutt. Sorry, I'm wearing the wrong cap. And also Frontline Security, Adam Arnold. He is putting forward a $100 voucher for nearest a pin on both the front line and the back nine. All right. And that's me. That is me, folks. So you can catch me on the next live at Clark's Beach. I'll be doing a live stream there with actual people, not virtually. So tune in on Saturday afternoon for that one. Other than that, have a great week, and I'll catch you on Saturday. All right, catch you later.
Thank you all for watching.
If you're interested in looking at
Yeah, it's not just me. Yeah, buddy. It's different, on this side.
Don't worry, I know. I've got one tonight, buddy. 2 chicks.
Yeah. Lovely. It's not that sort of video.
That's it.
The dude's got 3 words to remember. 3 words, Dan. 3 freaking words. That was pretty good, though. Maybe that's enough. Sweet.
Yeah.
Don't forget to drop us a like, and we'll catch you on the next one.
No, but we're going to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime now, Daniel.
And thank you all for watching.
No, thank you. Actually.